What's up, everyone? It's Chachi Power here with Rocket Punch Army. A little bit under the weather, got a little bit of a sore throat, but had to do these reviews because I found these guys yesterday. I'm so excited. I found the Fall of Cybertron SOUNDWAVE Voyager and the Fall of Cybertron Sound Blaster Voyager. So yeah, so you can see I've already taken Soundwave out and put him in his vehicle mode. I'm gonna open up Sound Blaster for the review just so you guys can see the differences between the two. So the first thing I'm going to go over is the boxes, because I do enjoy the look of the boxes. They're actually a tad weird because the corners are cut off. Instead of having the corner on the top cut off, you know, like you can put them on an angle or whatever. I don't know what the point of that was, but it does give it a sort of cool look. It's got awesome, what do you call it, artwork. I had thought they might use the same artwork for both and just change the color. They actually did two separate pieces of artwork. The one here for Soundwave has Laserbeak right on his shoulder there, and the one for Sound Blaster has him standing there regally with his arm in front of his waist there, and Buzzsaw on his actual forearm, which I thought was really nice. Now if we turn him around, you'll see the sides here do show the other minions here, alright, which you can get. The back shows the prototype photos here. Shows the different, what do you call them, modes. Jeez, can't talk. Communications, truck mode, buzzsaw, data disk, figure included, and it shows you how it can eject the data disk with auto convert, which I've been very unsuccessful with as of opening this toy. So that's the Sound Blaster one. Very nice. When I walked in the store, this is the first thing I saw, and I said, oh, that's got to be one of the new figures. Sure enough, it was. They only had one Sound Blaster, though. They had a bunch of sound waves. And same thing with Soundwave, same thing on the back, just a different color. Alright, so, again, one more thing about the boxes for you collector types. Usually the vacuum form tray kind of has tabs that are taped behind the cardboard. This is not like that. This is actually the cardboard tray, like a little cardboard tub inside, and the actual tray pulls out without any cutting, anything messing up the box. You can always put them back in the box in case that's what you want to do. So you can play with them and then put them away if you want to display them in the box. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this guy and then compare both of them in vehicle mode, and we can get the review started. Now before I put Sound Blaster into his vehicle mode, I did want to show you robot mode versus the alternate mode. You'll see robot mode is nice and tall. Vehicle mode still a nice size, but still compact. And robot mode we're going to get into later, but I did want to show you how they compare together, and then I also wanted to show you the transformation into vehicle mode and then from vehicle mode to robot mode. So I'm going to do that with Sound Blaster. Here you see Buzzsaw. I might as well show you the transformation for him. It's very simple. What you want to do, and what I do, is just to keep these tabs from wearing down. I doubt they will, but I hold the button in while I do this. Bring the head folded in like this with the wings. Keep the head pushed in because sometimes it gets in the way when you bring this over. Again, keep the button pressed, so when you bring these to the side, let go of the button. That way there's no clicking and no rubbing of the tabs, in case, I don't think they'll wear out, but whatever. So there's Buzzsaw in his data disk mode. Alright, and what's actually, I'll get into these later, but let's go ahead and transform him. I still have it fresh in my mind from Soundwave. I want to remove the weapon. I want to bring this up here like that. Just get out of the way. Bring the arms back this way. Pull this section back. Bring these flaps over. Now this back piece here, you want to slide it to the rear like that so you can fold it down. Then it comes up, and it's going to come around later on. You'll see that later. Bring the wheels forward from the back like that. This waist piece here, just unsnap it, bring it back here, get the legs straight out like that. Now the arms have these tabs here, so what you want to do is bring this gray piece down, push it down, and that way the arms can tab right on the side right there. Right, so tab one side in, do the same with the other. Then the arms fold in this way, and you'll hear there's some nice ratchets going on, which I'll get into later. Alright, so that forms the sides of the vehicle. Bring the legs around this way, and you just want to line up the panels like that. Do the same with the other side. Bring it around, line the panel up, and you'll see the feet are still up there, so just bring the feet in like that. Now this chest piece here, you kind of want to have it angled and the teeth kind of down, so when you bring this up, it closes, and it's, as soon as it closes, oh, there you go. Alright, so that it lines up with the front, the little clear piece there, and then this piece folds around, but you want to push it in like that. Alright, there you go. So you got that, just line up the panels. And the next bit would be to put the weapon on there. So now that we have both of them in vehicle mode, we can see them side by side. Most of you guys will probably buy both. Some of you will buy one. There's a good chance for you to see what they look like side by side, to see if you know, you prefer one over the other. I like them both, so I got them both. You'll see the differences here are obviously the plastic. This is kind of like a gunmetal-y plastic. This is a blue plastic. You got the same basic paint details, except for the let's say this here is a light purple. On Sound Blaster it's a gold. This has red, that has yellow. The wheels are a clear purple on Soundwave and a clear red on Sound Blaster. Now the back, the gold trim here is exactly the same. You have the same paint apps on the little seats here for the little guys to go on, I guess, and then the actual blaster pieces, or the batteries, if you're thinking G1, the tips are painted different. Now in vehicle mode they still retain that eject feature. You'll see on the side here there's a button, which would normally be on the shoulder. That pops open. That pops open. Alright, so that's where you would store your data discs, and I believe 3 of them fit. Alright, so Sound Blaster has buzzsaw. Alright, actually if I look, it only looks like 2 of them fit, but I don't have enough here to check, but it looks like 2 in vehicle mode. So this would just go right in here. According to the instructions, it's the what do you call it? This end that goes in, but kind of like it like this, so we can get that to fit in there. All right, this fits a lot better than it did in Soundwave. There you go. All right, now the eject thing would just be pushing the seat really. Let's see if this works in auto eject. Or not. Yep, can't get it to come out. Normally you would just pull on this to bring it out, but apparently it stops at this point for me. So what I'm going to do is push on the rod in the back, see if I can get it to auto transform. Nope, definitely not. Now I'm trying to get the auto transform feature thing going on camera. Been very unsuccessful the past 5 tries. But yeah. This is like those toys, I don't know, they're Bakugan or whatever, that you throw on the floor and they kind of transform. The button on the bottom, when you do this, see that? It's transformed. Same thing with Laserbeak here. So let's try Laserbeak. There you go. So, very cool. And we're going to go ahead and check them out in their robot mode. So, I'm going to transform these guys real quick. Get this closed here. Yeah. While I do this, I'll give my thoughts on what I think of this so far. I mean, I think they are really cool. Definitely recommended. One of the cooler Voyager figures to come out this year. I'm actually really impressed, and you can hear all the like ratchets and stuff. That's really impressive. I like ratchets. But yeah, transformation is pretty straightforward once you've done it. This is really my first time ever putting it into robot mode, because it comes in robot mode, but you know, I'll get it done eventually. Pop this down, get it to click there. See, not too bad. Bring these wheels back, unhinge the arms from here, do the same, blah blah blah. But yeah, very impressed so far with this figure. Alright, so here they are in robot mode. Actually quite impressed. These are very good looking figures. They do not look or feel cheap. As a matter of fact, you know, I got these really cheap. I got them for buy 140 off, so got them really cheap. But even at the regular price, it's still what you're getting is much better than what you would normally get for a $15 deluxe. And I'm talking about like the other Fallout Cybertron figures, which are pretty crappy. These are actually very nice figures, and there's a few touches that I like, which I'll get into in a second. But for the sake of the review, right here, this is just so you can see the differences in color, but I'm going to show you a couple of features of them together, and then I'm just going to concentrate on one figure since they're both identical. No need to go through both in exact detail. But I did want to show you this feature. Right, the chest opens just like the G1, except since most kids would not recognize what a cassette is, they have data discs. Yeah, so it's got that feature, the flip open. It actually fits 2 data discs in there, not 3. For some reason I thought it was 3. It only fits 2, and to pop them out, I've only got 1 in each, but to pop them out, and depending on how many you have, this will stick out even further. So when you have 2 in there, this will stick out about the same thickness as another data disc out from the back, so it'll kind of look weird. If you only want to keep 1, that's fine. It should do the auto transform feature. Let's see if that'll work. Alright, that's as far as it went out. Yep, there you go, auto transform. But you know, in a perfect world, this would land like that, and you would get a perfect laser beak. Alright, here he is in vulture form. Might as well go over him right now. It looks good when you look at it like this. I mean, you can obviously tell it's some sort of flying creature. It's supposed to be a vulture. When you look at it from the side, still not too bad. But it's like the front, it's like, those aren't very aerodynamic wings. But I get it. I mean, they're really trying to put a lot of engineering into something so small that's going to transform by itself. You know, there's some compromises that need to be made, and wing thickness is one of them. Alright, had this been like a masterpiece version of this or something, I'm sure they would have done better. But you know, you're talking about a $25 figure, so put that to the side. Show you this guy. Push this. Maybe this will auto transform on camera for me. Let's see. Let's pop him out. Nope, not working. Nope. Oh, there we go. Finally worked. Hope I got that on camera. And yeah, same thing. Buzzsaw is really the same thing as Laserbeak, just a different color. See them all around here. And most everything is spring loaded. Alright, so you can't really pose the head. It's just going to spring back, tail, wings. Alright, so we'll put those little 2 guys off to the side while we take a look at the robot itself. So again, Sound Blaster is going to be put to the side since he is identical. And we'll check out the articulation on Soundwave. Soundwave is my favorite anyway. So you get the shoulder mounted weapon. I mean, you can pivot it. I don't know if I consider that articulation, but the head, very stiff, but it does turn. Alright, it's very stubborn. At first I thought it didn't move, and that's been like something I've been noticing on other figures, that they're very hard to move. But you get the shoulders. Alright, go this way. Alright, you do have the swivel here in the elbow, and check this out, guys. Ratcheting elbows, and the ratchets do not feel cheap. At least don't sound cheap. I mean, obviously plastic in there, but very nice feel to it. Alright, there is no waist because the waist does come apart. Alright, it's part of transformation. Now you do have the hips that go out very generously. You do have the thigh swivel. You do have knees that also ratchet. Check this out. Very nice sounding ratchet. And you do have a good range of motion. And then you have the feet. Now the feet, unfortunately, only just swivel back and forth. There's no side-to-side movement. So that's the articulation on the guy. I'm going to do some size comparisons, or actually only one size comparison. Got my trusty Takara MP10 here. So you'll actually see Soundwave is a very decent size. Not that the MP10 is gigantic, but I mean it is one of the bigger Transformers, not counting the MP01, of course. So Soundwave, yeah, definitely a great figure. Let's take a look at it on the back. The back has no big holes or empty hollow things that I can really complain about aside from these 2 parts here, but the figure just looks really good. I'm very happy with it. Let's get Sound Blaster in the picture here so we can say goodbye. Even though there's the same figure, they are 2 different colors. They are 2 different characters. Worth having. And, oops, switch it around. And let's put these minion guys right up there. Too bad they can't tab into them at all, but definitely cool figures, guys. Check them out. But that's going to be it, guys. Hopefully you guys can find them in the stores. It looks like they're popping up now because of Christmas and everything. But yeah, good luck in your finds. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Until next time, guys. Bye-bye.